Saturday, March 18th. This is my first kind of day one of the peak week trial. So it's my refeed, or I get back-to-back refeeds of 340 carbs. So I had an amazing breakfast. I wish I would have shown it, but one thing I actually did last night was I went to Walmart and picked up a waffle maker. So I've been seeing these amazing recipes with this, the Snickerdoodle protein that I got. I think like Amanda Buki and like a couple other PE science people I've seen post them on YouTube, where you just take a scoop of the Snickerdoodle protein and literally just add 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you get like, they're like 1 carb waffles, and you get like two of them. And I was like, okay, you know what? I gotta try this. So last night I was at Walmart. That waffle maker is only like 17, 18 bucks. And so I tried it this morning, and sure enough, they for 1 carb, total macros were like 30 protein, 1 carb, like 6.5 fat because you add in the whole egg. But man, I mean, like for that low, for 1 carb, they definitely lived up to the hype. I put a post on Instagram if any of you guys saw it. But and then I had my typical, like I always do, the diced potatoes. Had my Mexican omelet with I used up a whole egg, so on the waffle. So I just did 1 whole egg with 3 egg whites, a nice omelet with half serving of Mexican cheese, a little bit of salsa on top. Ooh, the diced potatoes with the reduced sugar ketchup. So that was meal 1. We're at meal 2. Another thing I picked these up off of Amazon just because of the macros. They're called Cocoa Light multi-grain pop cakes. This is a blueberry cinnamon, and this is a multi-grain one. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of, a little close up here. The reason why I got these was macros wise, they're only 0 fat, 4 carb, 1 protein. So I was very kind of interested in that. I'm like, oh man, I could swap out some rice cakes with these and save some more carbs on these refeeds. But they're very, I'll try to show one here. They're very kind of airy in texture. And so they're not as nice and kind of like denser and crisper. I like that. Like they don't have as much crunch as like a rice cake. So I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. That's why I'm glad I only bought like 1 bag of each. And they're only like $2-3 bucks. So I just kind of wanted to experiment with it. Maybe there might be some other recipes that you could use this with for the low amount of carbs. I almost thought about making with the multi-grain ones, throwing some Mexican cheese on top and salsa and trying to make like nachos with them, break them up. I don't know. I mean, but they're worth a shot. But one thing I'm doing here, this is one of my favorite things that I do. I have like 4, I think, rice cakes in here. I got some apple cinnamon, 1 caramel, and 1 plain. And one thing I love doing is making these like, it's like a Greek bowl mixture of 1/4 serving of almond butter, a little bit of caramel Walden syrup, half serving of this caramel apple pie Greek yogurt, 2 ounces of this cinnamon roll Carb Master, just a 1/4 serving of pumpkin and a little bit of cinnamon. Mix that up. And you take the rice cake pieces, break them up, and dip them into this yogurt mix. Oh, one of my favorite, this became one of my favorite things on refeed. So I'm gonna eat this up, and then I have like a cool kind of, I'm gonna do kind of like an apple pie themed oatmeal. I actually let my oatmeal kind of sit overnight last night, and I think I did like a cup of almond milk in it, let the oats kind of soak up, get more volume. Been kind of adding some water to it today, and I'm going to add a little bit of diced apples into it, maybe a little bit of applesauce, some caramel Walden Farm. I'll show you guys when I get there. Here's what I'm doing also. I got 5 ounces of chicken breast diced up there on the skillet, and then here's the oatmeal bowl I was talking about that I did. Check out all this volume in here. Got 2 servings of oats. I kind of did overnight oats. Add in a little bit, just a tiny bit of applesauce, and then I'm going to do 50 grams of diced apple over here with some caramel Walden Farms. Ooh, so eating this up next with the chicken. This is meal 2. Guys, so yesterday I talked about those 1 carb waffles. Here they are. So again, it was just 1 scoop of this Snickerdoodle PE Science protein, 1 whole egg, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you get 2 waffles for total macros is like 30 protein, 1 carb, and like 6.5 protein. So I'm gonna top it with some Can't Believe It's Not butter spray and some Walden Farms pancake syrup. If I had some more macros, I would love to put some almond butter and stuff on here, but got a low fat day for this refeed. Next thing I'm gonna make is my diced potatoes for my breakfast portion of this meal with my Mexican omelet. So this is 2 servings of potato, 10.6 ounces. I'm just gonna chop this up into, you know, like whatever, diced potatoes, whatever, chunk bites, however you wanna call it. The one thing I like to do is just dice these up and then boil them I got my water boiling here. I'm just gonna boil the potatoes for 3 minutes, and then on a hot skillet, I'm gonna throw the potatoes on here. So I'll show you that when I get there. Just some cooking 101 stuff in for you guys that need some cooking tips. I'm also gonna do a 4 egg, 3 egg whites, 1 whole egg omelet. So gonna break all these up into this mixing bowl here. And like I said, I always just buy whole eggs, and I just break up the egg and separate the whites. So I'm doing the 1 whole egg, and then like I said, I just take an egg and I just split it down the middle here, and then separate, get all of the white out, and throw out the yolk. So 1 whole egg and 3 egg whites for this kind of a Mexican theme omelet. I put a little bit of taco seasoning on it and a little bit of like half a serving of salsa. Goes really, really well with the diced potatoes. So yeah, I mean, you can buy egg whites, but I don't know. You can get 5 dozen eggs for freaking $5, so I figure this is probably cheaper. Guys, so throwing all of my diced potatoes into the boiling water. Gonna boil these for 3 minutes, and it just softens them up before you put them on the saucepan. I was in the past microwaving these, but since potato is like a really starchy carb, I noticed that the potatoes would like stick together, so this works a lot better. Just boil them for 3 minutes, softens them up, and then it only takes about 5 minutes or so sauteing on a hot pan. Guys, there it is. Again, you got a 3 egg white, 1 whole egg omelet, half serving of salsa, half serving of Mexican cheese, 2 servings of potato that I diced up, and then 1 serving of some reduced sugar ketchup on here. Freaking did a little bit of taco seasoning on there. Oh, love this meal, this brunch meal on refeeds. It is Sunday. God, I can't even see me here. I'm trying to get some light here. There we go. Sunday, March 19th. It's finally nice here in Spokane, Washington, and this thing needs a freaking bath. One thing I hate about freaking winter is your car getting so nasty and dirty and yucky, and it's like every single day I wanted to wash my car here, like the next day it's gonna rain. I think it's still gonna rain like tomorrow and stuff, but I just can't stand having this nasty car. So gonna give her a bath, and just feels good to get out and get some sun. Gotta get some groceries and stuff like this for my deplete stuff next, but gonna first take care, and I love the feeling of having a clean car. That's one thing I miss about living like down south, was like car doesn't get nasty and stuff like that during the winter. So gonna get this washed up and see you guys to Costco real quick. Gonna pick up some stuff for this deplete for the next 4 days. Man, it sounds rough. Literally, I don't even get to use like stevia in my coffee, so I'm drinking like straight ass black coffee, eating chicken and steak with green veggies and olive or flax oil for the next 4 days, starting tomorrow. So this is gonna be the most bland 4 days. I'm like a bro bodybuilder for the next 4 days. So I'm going to Costco. I'm gonna pick up some, I like their broccoli there. You can just, it's like throw it in the microwave. And then I'm gonna see if they have any Cliff put top round steak on there. So I'm gonna see if they have that. I couldn't find top round steak at Walmart the other night. What else? Oh, I need to get some olive oil and the flaxseed oil, which I think I'm just gonna pour that on the vegetables. I asked him if I could like cook it in, but he said not to do that. So yeah. What else? Got my car washed, thank God. Man, I tell you, yesterday was the first day that I had to do the 2.5 gallons of water. And holy shit, when you're used to only drinking a gallon of water per day, that was definitely hard to get in. I felt like by the time I went to sleep, I was like still guzzling, trying to like get the 2.5 gallons, and I felt so freaking full and bloated of water. Holy crap. So, and man, my weight shot up from all the extra carbs and sodium and all the water. I was like 186.4 today, when the day before I was 184.2, so I went up over 2 pounds in a day, so that was pretty crazy. But I know things will go back down once I start the deplete. So anyways, guys, kind of giving you an update, just heading out, like I said, getting some of these foods. I just had my I had like 3 or 4, or no, yeah, 3 caramel and apple cinnamon rice cakes. I had like 2 apple cinnamon, 1 caramel, and 2 lightly salted rice cakes dipped into my Greek yogurt mix that I showed you guys with like the pumpkin and the Greek yogurts and the almond butter. Oh, I love that. And then I had my big bowl of oatmeal, and I did some chopped up 60 grams of Red Delicious apple in there. It's kind of an apple pie cinnamon yogurt bowl with 5 ounces of chicken. So I had that before I left, and then yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm at 2 meals in, and looking forward to some more refeed carbs tonight. 2 straight days on these 340 carbs, guys. Feels so damn good. So here is basically for the next 4 days my diet. I got this the top round steak. This is what Cliff wanted on there. Actually, good deal at Costco, only $5.49 a pound. So I got almost 3.5 pounds of this top round steak. I'll probably throw this on the grill, grill it, probably make it the best. I haven't had top round steak. I don't even know if I've ever had top round steak. I'm usually a top sirloin type guy, or a filet at restaurants. I got my chicken breast. This is just some of it. I got a lot more chicken breast. Vegetables, I got broccoli, and then so flaxseed oil are the 2 what I'm using for fats, and then olive oil, and then I think it's either like a 1/4 teaspoon on some meals of sea salt, or 1/8 of a teaspoon on some meals. So this is all I get to eat for the next 4 days. I don't know how the fark. This is gonna be rough. This is like the ultimate bro. Actually, I think this is pretty much keto, isn't it? This is like straight up keto with like, actually I think it's like 50, it's 50 some, 54 carbs, 59 carbs, whatever it is though. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Cliff said something though about how like it kind of, doing this for like 4 days straight, it kind of rejuvenates your taste buds, which is kind of funny, kind of makes sense. So it'll be fun to like finish this and then go back to regular food, thank God. So just kind of keeping you guys updated. What do we got here? It is 8:15. I'm getting ready to make my next meal, which will be more potato. I do another 2 servings of potato, kind of make kind of like a somewhat mashed potato, and then I make my chicken parmesan with that. So I'll kind of give you guys a little kind of clip of me of that meal, or making it. It's got my chicken parmesan, 6 ounces of chicken, half serving of ragu sauce, and half serving of reduced fat mozzarella cheese. And then I have 2 servings of a kind of a mashed potato thing that I did. And here's the kicker, throw some Parmesan cheese on top of that. I just did 2 grams. Really, really spices up the potato. So doing these 2 things together for my next meal with the Diet Dr. Pepper. Out this volume, guys. That protein ice cream. Oh, look at that. Huge bowl. Gonna do a 1/3 a serving of some puffed Kamut and a 1/3 a serving of some puffed corn. And then I got my Walden Farms caramel, Walden Farms chocolate. Boom. Look at this thing though. So much protein ice cream. Boom. There it is with the Walden Farms and the puffed cereal. Great combo, because even with a third of serving, you get a decent amount of volume with the puff cereals there. So, gonna enjoy this. Making my first deplete carb meal. So we got 4 ounces of cooked top round steak, 2 servings of broccoli, 170 grams, and then we're doing a tablespoon of flax oil, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt that I'll just drizzle on top of here. So this is meal 1, day 1, carb deplete, black coffee, no sweeteners, no nothing, just plain black coffee. It's actually not as bad as I thought. All right, guys, what's up? It is Monday. It is Monday, March 20th. Deplete day number 1. And don't be fooled, because I really don't have this much energy today. I actually feel kind of like, I don't know why, but I think I'm letting this like even though it's like just meat and vegetables, but I feel like it's almost like no carb. I feel like mentally I'm letting it kind of get to me, and I'm like feeling kind of like blah today. But But anyways, it's so crazy how today's day 1 on this meal plan, and I totally underestimated like how much vegetables are on this plan. I literally bought just 2 bags of like frozen broccoli. I think I showed it. 2 bags of like frozen broccoli last night at Walmart, thinking that would get me through probably like the first day. No, I already finished like 2 bags of broccoli, and I still have 2 more meals when I get home tonight. So I'm gonna be going through a shitload of broccoli. And I don't know if it was the smartest idea to go through so much broccoli pre-workout. I think I had like 2 cups of broccoli like pre-workout. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, all that fiber. I don't know, I'm gonna have to get some switch it up and get some green beans and some other things. Man, but yeah, so tons of veggies, taking like flax oil shots and all that stuff. So definitely a weird, like, I don't know, it just feels weird eating so much meat and vegetables and olive and flax oil and all this stuff. So tonight though is like, I'm also doing a peak week training thing. So tonight is legs. I have a whole entire workout that like Cliff wrote out for me for the week and stuff like that. So heading to tan right now, and then heading to the gym for this leg workout. Tuesday, March 21st. Got my carb deplete meal. I had to switch from broccoli. Holy crap. After realizing how much broccoli I went through yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get some variety of like green vegetables. So I got green beans. I also picked up some Brussels sprouts to try. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm not really a Brussels sprouts guy, but I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try them, see how it works. But yeah, so here is some crazy carb deplete, whatever story. So after my 2 high carb days, I was up to 180, I think I went up to 187.8, which is really high after, well, I mean, 2 consecutive refeeds of 340 carbs. I'm gonna gain a little bit extra glycogen from the carbs, but this was the first 2 days I added in the 2.5 gallons of water. So I think that was the huge kind of like reason why the weight went up kind of that high. And so yesterday was the first carb deplete day, and you will not, I about fainted when I saw my weight this morning. 181.8. So I literally dropped 6 pounds from yesterday. So all of that water, glycogen and stuff like that, completely like, I don't know, eliminated or whatever. So yeah, told Cliff, he says, emailed Cliff this morning, he said he's actually seen this before. So I'm gonna send him over some pics here today. So he's like, he really wants to see pictures now. Usually he doesn't get pictures on Tuesdays, but he's like, with this big of a drop, he wants to see some photos. So we're gonna take those today. Finish this meal. Yesterday was legs. Actually, energy levels were decent. Tonight is I think back. I think it's a back workout, back and biceps maybe, or just back. So that'll be my workout, my deplete peak week trial run workout tonight. Anyways though, like I said, I got 4 ounces in this meal. 4 ounces, top round steak. But actually, I've been grilling my meats now, which is a lot better. Busted out the grill and stuff like that. Last night I did some chicken, a lot better grilling it. This is 4 ounces top round steak, 2 servings of green beans. I did a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and then this, I got this at Trader Joe's. This is the flax oil that I'm using. The flax oil, I'm just taking it's usually like a tablespoon or half tablespoon twice a day. Just taking it down to the dome straight. Because this stuff, I don't think it doesn't taste good if you put it on your meals. So one thing I was surprised, I'm not a huge like straight olive oil guy, but the other oil that I'm using is olive oil. And I tried it yesterday where you drizzle it over the chicken and the vegetables, and it was actually really good mixed in with the sea salt. So gonna do that for the olive oil now. I'll just be drizzling it all over the meat and the veggies. So anyways guys, just kind of wanted to update you. I'm like, holy crap, I think I'm gonna definitely see the 170s this prep, which I haven't seen literally since high school, which is insane, guys. I'm 34 years old. So anyways, I'll see you in the next clip.